Exploring the great outdoors can be great fun, but things can go wrong and you can get into some sticky situations. Luckily, there are things you can do with the everyday items you bring with you or things that are just lying around that can help. Here's our top 10 survival hacks that might just save your life. Number 10. Tshirts water filter. Clean water is essential to survive, but what if the only water you can find is filthy? Well, if you have 2 containers and a t-shirt, you're in luck. But the dirty water in one container tear off the length of cloth from the t-shirt. Run the cloth from one container to the other and leave it for a while, and you'll have clean filtered water in what was the empty container. Make sure to boil it before you drink it though, as this just removes the dirt. Number 9. Everyday Tinder. Apart from the app, you could use things like paper or cardboard to start a fire. But there are other great ways to induce spontaneous combustion quickly and easily. Here's exactly what you need to do. Get a standard cardboard egg box and place a charcoal brick in each of the egg compartments. Shut the box and light one corner. Once the cardboard has burned away, the charcoal will be sufficiently lit for you to cook. It's an instant barbecue. Maybe you could fry the eggs. Also, guitar picks are one handy tool for survivalists. Guitar picks are made out of a material called celluloid that's highly flammable. Simply shave off some of the pick onto a piece of wood and slot the pick between a plank. Even a few sparks will be enough to ignite the material. Also, on the off chance that you've been carrying around a sharpener on your adventures, it could be used to sharpen sticks to make lots of kindling. Number 8. Replacement batteries. If you only have one battery, but you need to operate your survival torch or a similar device, you could try to utilize a metal screw that's the same length as your battery. Put it into your device along with the battery you already have, and it should work perfectly. If you don't have any screws that fit, you could do this hack with aluminum foil. Crumple the foil into something that's the same shape and size as a battery, and it'll work well cause screws and foil are conductors of electricity. Number 7. Herbal mosquito repellent. If the mosquitoes are bothering you, you may need to make your own mosquito repellent. Firstly, you could try burning some everyday household herbs like thyme. Mosquitoes don't like strong smells and will soon scatter. Alternatively, natural peppermint works even better. You can crush the leaves and rub them on your skin. Mosquitoes will leave you alone, plus you'll smell minty fresh. Number 6. Tampon First Aid. Even if you're a guy, think about bringing some tampons on your next exploration trip. If you cut yourself badly, you'll be pleased you did. Tampons are made to absorb moisture, so they're great for treating deep cuts. Plus, they swell up over time to take the shape of the wound. They're also small and lightweight, so you can bring lots of them. Number 5. Condom Canteen. Staying with stuff you can buy in the chemists. You need to bring non-lubricated condoms with you too. A condom canteen is a great way of holding a large amount of water in an emergency. Here's how you can make one. Put the condom in a sock to protect it from punctures, and then fill it up with water. You can get around 1 liter in there. Use a hollow tube, like the outside of an ink pen, as a spout, and then simply secure it to the base of the condom with a duct tape. You could even carve out a stopper from a dry piece of wood and use some cloth to make a sling. There it is, 1 liter of water. Easy to carry from place to place. Number 4. Makeshift compasses. What are you going to do with all that water? Well, if you get completely lost, you may need to make a compass. Here's how you can do it with just some water, a needle, and a leaf. Get the needle and rub it against your t-shirt a few times. Float the leaf in a small amount of water and place the needle on the top. The point of the needle will spin to point north. Hopefully you can then just remember which way east, south, and west are. If you don't have a needle or water to hand, then try this. Put a stick upright in the ground so you can see its shadow. And then mark the tip of the shadow in the ground with a stone. Wait about 10 to 15 minutes, and the shadow will have moved a short distance. Mark where the shadow's tip is with a different stone. If you can draw a line between the 2 stones, and stand on the line, make sure the first stone is to your left. You are now facing true north. Or if you've got an analog watch, you can try this. Lay your watch down on a flat surface and point your hour hand to the sun. Bisect the angle between the hour hand and the number 12 on your watch, and the center of the angle will point north. Bear in mind, this only works in the northern hemisphere. Number 3. Chapsticks Survival. This stick isn't just for keeping your lips moist and blemish-free. The humble chapstick has a myriad of uses in a survival situation. If you get a small cut, rub a chapstick on there. It will help to keep dirt out of there. Also, you could rub it on exposed skin to protect it from the extreme cold or use it as a sunscreen. Additionally, chapsticks have the same qualities as candle wax, so you could stick a match in one of these and use it as an instant candle. Even better, you could rub it on kindling to make your fire burn for longer. Also, if one of your zippers gets stuck, you could rub some chapstick on there, and it will get moving again. Finally, if you get a hole in your shoe, rub some chapstick on it, and it will help to seal it up and make it waterproof. Seriously, is there anything you can't do with this stuff? Number 2. Ramens stoves and Crayon candles. Ramen noodles are small and light and make a tasty snack whenever you're exploring. But did you know you could also make a stove out of them? Here's how. Saturate the noodle brick in a flammable liquid. Set it alight and you'll have a nice flat fire, which will last for around 20 minutes. If you can make a frame out of sticks, you've even got a stove. Another everyday item that burns in a long, irregular way are wax crayons. Set light to a crayon and it'll burn for 30 minutes. You can use it to light other things like maybe your coloring book. Number 1. Uses for urine. In very hot places, you need to keep cool and stay hydrated, or you'll lose consciousness fast. If there's no shade or water available, you need to make your own. One way to do this is to urinate on a t-shirt and tie it around your head. It will cool you down fast and give you a fresh burst of energy, even if it's a bit gross. If you've got any left in the tank after you've soaked your t-shirt, you can also try drinking your urine. Yes, like Bear Grylls does. If there's absolutely no water available, your urine may be the only thing to keep you alive. There's one condition though. It has to be urine from before you became dehydrated. Otherwise, you'll just waste liquid, and drinking your urine will have no use at all. You can tell by the color. The clearer, the better. You can even purify the water with this neat plastic bottle hack. All you need is 2 plastic bottles. One filled with your dirty water or urine, and the other one should be clean and empty. Make sure to remove any plastic labels. If they still have them, then simply take the opening off the bottles together and make sure that none of the contaminated water or liquid flows or leaks into the empty bottle. Place the take bottles in an area where the sunlight is always shining and on a level to area where there are no slopes. Sometimes it will to place the clean bottle a bit upwards so the evaporation can collect better, but make sure it's just a little bit so the purified water doesn't drain back into the dirty bottle. All you have to do is wait for most of the water to evaporate into the other bottle and you will have clean water. It will usually take around 12 hours and also the rays of sunlight to help to kill a lot of bacteria. So sometimes, even placing a dirty bottle of water in the sun for a period of time will be the easiest way to kill some. So that concludes our top 10 survival hacks. Which hack do you think is the smartest? And are there any that you know? Leave us a comment and let us know. Also, if you learned anything new, please drop a like on this video down below. We'll be making more of these, so even subscribe if you want to be notified of one in the future. Thanks for watching.